Hi, my name is Vanessa McLeod, and I'm the founder and CEO of a new organization called MMMathMania. At MMMathMania, we provide free resources and tutorial videos for families and for educators to help children develop a love for and confidence in math and to help alleviate some math anxiety. And I was thrilled to receive a request from the Enviro Mama to share a little bit about our organization and to answer some questions for her blog.
How did you decide that you were going to teach math as a passion and career?
All right. Well, my mom was a kindergarten teacher. So growing up, I spent a lot of time in her classroom and the schools, and teaching's always been around me. And I knew I always wanted to be a teacher. And how I specifically got into math was also growing up. I loved math. I loved numbers. I've shared in some previous stories how I was so proud when my show and shares at kindergarten was we used to play a lot of board games as a family, and we'd roll the dice, and as soon as the dice would hit the table, I would be able to automatically add them together. So I've always had a love for math. How I became so passionate about teaching math was early on in my career, I became connected with some other amazing educators who really had a game-based, hands-on approach to teaching math, which I instantly gravitated towards, and I loved teaching math that way. And so over the past 20 years of being an educator, I've done a lot of math in-services and PDs and just really kind of refined my pedagogy to include a lot of game-based instruction. And it's definitely become my passion and my absolute favorite thing to teach.
What are things that parents can do to avoid math anxiety?
Okay, well, that's a great question because we definitely know that math anxiety is almost becoming like an epidemic worldwide. I believe one of the biggest things is being aware of how you are framing your own feelings about math around your children. Oftentimes we talk to parents who maybe had a negative experience in school with math themselves. Maybe they got lower confidence in their math abilities or they've got some math anxiety. And that is so easy to pass on to your children. Sometimes people will say, oh, I'm not a math person. So being careful of how you're framing how you feel about math around your child. But I also think taking the pressure off your child in math. Like, don't drill them to memorize their facts and things like that with a worksheet kind of timed high pressure approach. Make your math experiences fun. Do that through, there's all kinds of games and warm activities that you can do that will still have your child develop a deeper understanding of their concepts and become quicker with their math facts.
How can parents teach their children creatively the love for math at home and outside?
All right, well, I definitely think doing games and making that a part of maybe a weekly routine. A couple times a week you guys do family math game nights, and you can definitely go to our YouTube page, our Facebook page, our free Teachers Pay Teacher page. We have so many ideas, and oftentimes all our games need is a deck of cards or a pair of dice. In terms of when you're doing math outdoors, it could be as simple as when you take your children to a playground. You might be talking about some of the different shapes that you see there in terms of 2D, 3D shapes, patterns. I know one of the games that we have taught, a little warm game called Thinking of a Number. One of my colleagues plays that with her son while they're outdoors walking. They just play, I'm thinking of a number, it's greater than 0 but less than 100. It's a great thing to do while you're walking and you're talking, and just looking maybe when you're outside at math in the real world, in the natural world. There's all kinds of patterns that can be found in nature, and it's so great to look for them and to explore that. So there's so many ways that you can develop a love for math with your children. And when you are playing the games, make sure that they're being done in a fun, low pressure environment.